Introduction. Then you heard Poetic Killa featuring Becca Baby with a joint called Can't Go On. Now, speaking of Poetic Killa, Killa is a lyricist that represents Boston and has worked with some huge names in the music industry. He's worked with Conniver at D12, Wu-Tang Clan's Raekwon, the legendary Kool G Rap, and more. But what you gotta love about Poetic Killa is he's on the phone line right now, ready to give you the goodness. How you doing, my brother?
What's going on, bro?
I'm really good, thank you. Thank you for joining the Real Recognize Real show. It's a pleasure in having you.
Of course, it's a pleasure being on the show. I appreciate it.
Now, time is limited. We've got about 10 minutes with you. So, my first question is, how did you arrive in calling yourself Poetic Killa?
It was honestly, I mean, you know, I started my music career kind of, young. So I was still a teenager, you know, and I just remember going back and forth with a friend, you know, different names and stuff like that we were trying to come up with. And I put half of it together. I put the poetic part and he put the killer part. And that's how it kind of came about.
Brilliant. Nice story. Now, was you born and raised in Boston?
Yeah, I was born and raised, but I've lived down south. I've lived in Florida. I've lived in Vegas for a time being. But yeah, you know, Boston's always home. You know.
And you love it?
Yeah, I do. You know, the city aspect is nice here and everything. Yeah, I like Boston, definitely.
Beautiful.
Sure.
Poetic, how has life treated you and your family? Has it treated you fairly over the years since the beginning of your childhood, your existence?
It's a good question. I don't know. I just think I played well with the cards that I've been dealt in life. Maybe they were a little on the unfair side, but I'm still here today, persevering through it all. You know what I mean?
Brilliant.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just feel after a certain, you know, like nothing can really take me down. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful to hear, man. I like that. I love positivity.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? I'm all about it too.
So you've got brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I got one younger brother and one younger sister as well.
Cool. Shout out to your family.
Appreciate you. They're listening in too, so.
Oh, beautiful. What's their names?
Michelle, Nick, and Marissa.
Hi, Nick. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Marissa. MJ.
Yeah. No, not that Marissa. Different.
Okay.
Marissa.
I was going to say, if MJ was your sister, that would have been mad.
I love that MJ too. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely. Now, I'm super glad that you did, but we would like to know what made you decide to get involved in the hip hop and rap industry.
Well, you know, it all started from like short stories. I was writing at first. I've always been like a writer, you know, and yeah, so like, I don't know, short stories, poems. That's where I got like the poetic part from. You know what I mean? Like I've always been like good with words and stuff like that. But I wanted to portray, you know, some of my life situations through song. You know what I mean? So that's how I kind of got started with that. But it did originate, you know what I mean, from the short stories, you know, poems, stuff like that, that I used to write. I mean, I've always had a knack for it, you know what I mean, type of thing.
So I'm guessing then that you're a super Tupac fan.
A super Tupac fan? Yeah, definitely, of course, bro. Of course.
Now, what I like about you, Killa, is you're a very, very super tight, nice lyricist, a well-rounded artist, and you've worked with Kool G Rap, which is a lot of rappers' dreams. I'm sure you know that. You know that a lot of rappers, their dream is to rap with someone as heavyweight as Kool G Rap. Now, Poetic Killa, you've got a track with him. How did that happen?
So my DJ and mentor at the time, like I said, I started off young. I was like 15 when you know, maybe 14 when we made the track, but 15 when we released it. And it was through my mentor, DJ Bully. He knew Cool G Rap, and he had me come down to a studio in New York one day. He just called me up. You know, it's like a 4 or 5 hour drive, but he was like, yo, it's something important, you know what I mean? And, you know, you'll see when you get here. So I showed up, and, you know, I met Cool G Rap and stuff like that. We hung out for a little bit, and he was like, spit something for me, you know what I mean? So, you know, I spit something on the you know, right on the spot there.
Was you nervous?
And he was like, yeah, I was. Like, I was like 14, 15 years old. I'm almost like a kid, you know what I mean? I'm like, you know, so yeah, I definitely was nervous, you know what I mean? But yeah, I spit some crazy stuff, and he was like, yo, he's like, you know, we got the studio back there and stuff like that. I'm recording. You want to do a track? I'm like, yeah, dude. I'm like, yeah, let's do a track. You know what I mean? So that's how that kind of evolved. You know what I'm saying?
Are you still in contact with Cool G?
Yeah. You know, and it's good that yeah, he's got some we got some new stuff coming as well. But he has like a solo album coming out soon. But yeah, me and him, yeah, keep in contact and stuff like that. He's a very like family oriented person like I am. So yeah, you know.
Good man, good. You've released countless singles and collectible gems for the listener over the last few years, and the last album you released, called Been Around the Block, was released in 2019. What do you have in store musically for us in the near future?
Right now, I have a lot of singles that, you know, are set to release and stuff like that. But I do want to incorporate like an EP or like a full length album soon. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm in the works with something like that. But for right now, just to keep the steady flow of music going, figured, you know, I'll release some singles and stuff like that and work its way up to an album, you know?
Well, we're looking forward to hearing your music.
Definitely. Absolutely. I appreciate you guys.
Which I need to ask you, how can the listener reach you on the social media and keep up to date with your music releases?
So best place, social media. I mean, I got the website as well. It's just Poetic Killa with an A at the end.com. And then the social media is Poetic_Killa. Yeah, and those are probably the best places to find me.
Fantastic. Before we do the shout outs and whatnot, who are your musical influences?
Good question. Definitely Tupac. I know you mentioned him before. Definitely. You know, as far as the lyrics go and stuff like that. Rakim, Nas. I like the old school. You know, yes. Most Def. You know, another great one. Like, you know, there's countless names. It's crazy.
So you're mentioning some nice rappers that have done some great works in the music industry, and you're doing great work in the music industry. It's really pleasing to see that, you know, your YouTube channel is full of flavorable stuff, as well as, you know, a bit hardcore here with the music sound in places, but you can see that your delivery and your intent in the message is, you know, top notch, and it's definitely delivered for, you know, the culture, which is really, really pleasing and relieving to see.
I appreciate it, bro.
So, yeah, man, pat yourself on the back, man, and be proud of yourself. We're definitely going to keep an eye on your journey, and we look forward to receiving more music from yourself, and keep us updated.
For sure.
Keep us updated. It's a pleasure having you.
Oh, hell yeah.
On the show. Who are you shouting out, man?
I'm shouting out, well, we already shouted out my mother, so I don't know. I always shout out moms, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But shout out DJ Bully. You know, shout out Bill Navoa. That's his actual name, but he goes by DJ Bully. But yeah, shout out him. Shout out him and MJ Savino for making this possible.
Absolutely, you got to thank MJ for making this connection between you and I. You know, I really appreciate everything that she does for the Real Recognize Real show. She brings some amazing artists to the platform.
Oh my God, she's awesome. She really is.
Yeah, she's taking care of you, yeah?
Yeah, she is. So I'm glad we connected. Well,
you're getting about on different radio stations, aren't you?
Yeah, a couple, yep.
Yeah. And I can see you on the video screen, you're getting your smoke on.
Yeah, a little bit, you know.
Sorry to blow you.
I am a smoker.
Sorry to blow you up to your mom.
Yeah. No, I am a smoker though. But yep. You know, just kicking in the studio right now. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, it's a pleasure having you, and you take care. And we'll speak to you
as well.
very,
Thank
very
you
soon.
So much for having me.
Not a problem, Poetic. That was Poetic Killa right here on the Real Recognize Real show, representing Boston. Make sure that you check him out on his social media and subscribe to his art form. Coming your way is the Pulp Fiction hip-hop joint, which knocks big time. But up next, and serving the Wu-Tang Clan,